Good evening and salutations, my GH fans. You know, I talk about character assassination all the time. I gotta ask General Hospital a question. By the way, if you can share this video, that would really help. Because I'm just wondering, what the hell are they doing with Sam's character? I'm... Did they forget the last couple of episodes where Sam was all Team Jason again and she was all like, Danny needs her father, this, that, and the third? Because I remember that episode. So unless there's a clone, I don't know what the hell I just saw today. She comes to Carly and asks Carly, could you tell Jason to leave Danny alone? Because Jason lives a very dangerous life and she grew up. And the usual Karen stuff that comes out of her stupid mouth. And, Carly gives it to her straight. Carly says what every person is thinking when they see this stupid ass scene. You made a big deal about having a baby with him. Despite his reservations, you chose it. You don't get to go back in time. You don't get to sit there and change the rules. Bottom line, it is what it is. You will deal with it, and that is it. The whining, the complaining, all that, and then she has the audacity to bring up Morgan. Now, honestly, to tell you the truth, I'm surprised Carly didn't smack fire out this woman's cheek. Because that's what should have happened. And I have a feeling that if we went back in time in the 90s, that's exactly what would have wound up happening. But of course, we live in this new PC culture, so she just gives her the hug mug. So much more better if she would have popped her in the face. She talks about how he left a couple of times. And, Carly's like, it's not like you don't know the reasons why he left. So what is this, just punishment now? Now, I don't think this is punishment. I just think that she's nitty. And then the idiot says, well, if something happens to Danny, you are partly responsible. No, you are responsible because you knew exactly what kind of person he was. You don't get to play the whole I was young and dumb routine because no one gives a damn. Okay, that's what she actually says. Well, I was in love with him back then. No one cares. I don't care if you hated him. You still chose to have a baby with him. Your reasons for why you chose to do it doesn't matter. You did it. You just have to shut up and deal with the consequences of what it is. Now, what I don't understand is, she did talk to him. And it seemed like he listened a lot of times Danny came towards Jason. So she sounds like an idiot every time she's like, oh, you just need to turn away from him. But then what are you doing trying to get evidence to free Jason? This is why this scene doesn't make a lot of sense. I don't really understand that. Are they just destroying her character? Or is this some sort of, plan or whatever? I don't know how this fits into helping Jason. I don't get it. But this scene is almost like they just had amnesia and forgot that she just suddenly turned to Team Jason. Now, after Valentin and Anna had their little date, she goes back and she sees Jason. Now, Jason was listening to talking to John. I'm not calling him Jagger. Talking to John. And John is like, I think that Anna is, she's running pikemen. I got emails, I got dates and stuff like that. So you're gonna be free soon. You just have to get the evidence. But if you don't get the evidence, Carly goes to jail. So just little FYI. If you tip Anna off, Carly's going to jail. Jason tells Anna all this. Anna's like, Valentin set me up. But he loves me. So he won't give them enough evidence to send me to prison, just enough evidence to sit there and stall while he does his little dirty deeds. Um, Jason's like, listen, I need to tell Pikeman. I need to tell John that Valentin's the head of Pikeman because he's giving me a deadline. It's almost like he kind of forgot what Anna said. Anna was like, you can't do this because if John screws this up and Valentin gets away, then you're still going to be screwed anyway. Jason makes it perfectly clear. Hey, listen, if it comes down to it, and Carly's gonna go to prison, I'm gonna take Valentin down. But Anna's like, listen, I got another date with him tomorrow. I will get you what you need. You just need to chill the F out. Scotty and Lucy. I don't know what this scene was about because in the beginning, Lucy's sitting there complaining about working with Natalia, but also talks about how smart she is. Um, uh, she's also homophobic, so honestly, tell you the truth, I gives two shits about her smartness. Um, and then Scotty just brings out of nowhere Eureka or something. I found a way to sit there and get Heather off. He talks about how he's gonna get Heather exonerated. It's a big payday, pain and suffering, and she didn't. All this stuff was because of the metal poisoning. Lucy's like, yeah, but there's still bodies though. Of course, he tries to argue, well, what if you had metal poisoning? Blah 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 blah. Okay, Scotty, whatever. I don't care. The bodies, they're still dead. Okay, so it doesn't really matter. And then Scotty tries to compare her to Lucy, talking about they were both schemers back in the day and stuff like that. I'm like, okay, cool, but um, Heather got bodies built up, so like, how do you even sit there and you can compare? How do you compare Lucy to a serial killer? I mean, I don't have much love for Lucy, but she may be a dingbat, but she's not a killer. So you're not really like, what? Now, Sasha and Cody are hanging out, and Sasha pretty much tried to convince Cody once again to tell the truth, and Cody's like, I can't do it. One, because Mac is out of town, and two, it's already too late. He starts going to this self-doubt nonsense again. And then they kiss, and they're about to sit there and go in a boathouse, and have loving in the evening or loving at night at this point. And then Gio comes in. 41 minutes later, they decide to just shoehorn in Gio because why not at this point? So nothing winds up happening. Um, and that's pretty much about it. I guess people are gonna find the scene romantic or something. I was just like, oh, it's Gio out of nowhere. Because you really need to be here. Sure. Part of me is it's still kind of hard to believe that John is just so gun ho on thinking that she's the head of Pikeman. Oh, they met up with all these meetings with Brennan, and even when I first showed up in town, she was very sketchy, and I'm just like, you don't think that any of that stuff could have been planted, really? And somehow he's an FBI agent. Ain't that a okay? I don't understand this man's level of intelligence. I don't get it. I really don't get it. Um. Anyway, I feel like that's about it. I can't think of anything else. But if I missed anything, Come to the live stream tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. We'll sit there and talk about all the shows, General Hospital, Days of Our Lives, Bold and Beautiful, and Young and Restless. And also, if you're not a member, become a member by hitting the join button in the description box below. You get exclusive access to members only videos. I only just talk about certain topics, share certain stuff in my life with the members, exclusive live streams, and monthly member shout outs where every month I will literally sit there, have a list of names, and I will sit there and give you a shout out just to sit there and show you how grateful I am for being a member. So definitely you want to check that out. And with that being said, I'm going to go. Hopefully I'll see you tonight.